Should I drop something on the first episode? Should I drop it?
Uh-oh.
Should I drop some Band of Future behind the scenes content?
I mean, it is our podcast. We can kind of do whatever we want. That works, but I would say, yeah, I approve of this message if that's what.
A lot of people don't know, probably just you and me, is that our
The first episode of the Life as a Circus podcast. We talk about things that are funny, things that are interesting, and things that are just straight ridiculous.
Yes. So again, this is our first time doing this. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you think. This is the beginning of something new for Band of Future, so we want to hear from you guys, and tell us how cool we are or how much we suck, because it doesn't always go right the first time.
True story.
Yeah. So, Jericho, you got something for us today. What's going on?
Robots, dude. I'm not with it.
And
not just robots, not just any robots, man. Like, it's not the future. We're not talking about like in 5 years. We're talking about right now. The robot dogs, man. They're a problem. Dude, they're a problem. All right.
Everything going on in the world, and robot dogs are the problem.
Well, it's gonna be. All right. It happened in New York, and apparently Mayor Eric Adams was like, let's bring the dogs in. And so they have these surveillance dogs that are like, well, they're just creepy. You have to see what they look like, but it's like dogs without a head. And they have cameras on them, and they can go around and look at people. And, basically they're supposed to be used in situations where humans would be in danger. I don't know, bomb threats or whatever. So that kind of makes sense. But, man, my thought is, that's how it starts, right? That's how it starts. But I see videos where the people are putting guns on these things. And I think actually the immigration has them in California also. But it's just like, dude, I don't want this to be a thing. I really don't. And they had a petition. They actually squashed it because 2 years ago, they tried to kind of implement this, and then the people voted against it. They got rid of it. Well, I guess they go back on it. And it's just like terrible. But not only that, dude, I want to get your thoughts on this because robots are beginning. It's taxpayer money. I believe they're about $75,000 each. And they're
that's not expensive.
It's not, but I think what they're trying to do is have a lot of them. So $75,000 versus, I'm not sure how much a police officer makes. But just the idea of having a few hundred of these things walking around, anyway, it kind of gives me the willies, but that's not where they're trying to stop, and I actually have it here because I wanted to make sure I was accurate with my information. I don't want this to be the Life as a Circus Bucket of Lies podcast.
This dude did research.
Right?
It's the internet. You don't have to do research. You just say stuff.
I know, but they're also testing out a humanoid K5 robot, which is basically going to look more like a person. And same thing, robots, and cameras, and they can run all the kind of stuff. But it's just like, where's it going to end, man? Like, I don't know. Haven't y'all seen the movies where we have the robots and then the robots turn on us? Every single one.
Yeah, it's just straight up Terminator.
So, I mean, yeah. What do you think about?
I didn't know where you were going with the robot part. Because there's robots doing everything now, but I thought you were leaning more into like the AI stuff. But robot dogs, the most shocking thing is the price. I thought they'd be like, can you just buy your own robot dog and just have it guard your house? Or is it just going to be like a police thing?
I'm sure I know a guy who would get me a robot dog.
Wow.
So it's just like, I just feel like it's just going to be the first in a long line of ridiculous things that start to take over. You were the first one that told me about all those robots delivering food at like UCLA and stuff. And
yeah.
Kind of stuff. And they have like little speakers on them, right?
I don't remember speakers, but I know there was like a sensor or something like it can tell when a person is walking and it just stops. It's, of all the robots, it's probably the most polite robot.
Okay, well that's positive.
Bro, but if you're in a crime and like a robot dog is after you, Like,
I mean, have you seen it? There's a video of one where a robot dog is running with a cheetah, and it's not as fast as a cheetah, but it's
yeah,
not that
bro.
much slower.
You might well just turn yourself in, bro.
That's
It's
what I'm
not.
saying, man. So I think they can climb too. Like anyway, it. I can see the positive side of it and everything. Technology, like all the technology stuff, it all starts like with good intentions,
Mm.
and just one day, mad scientist policeman Jones just comes.
His name Jones.
He has to be his Jones, right? And then he just tweaks it a little bit. He knows how to like work the programming and tweaks it out so it just goes rogue and just starts taking out people in Times Square. And then that's just gonna be it. And it's gonna be a movie.
Yeah,
Like,
man. That's the thing is like the whole rogue part of it. I mean, it's just technology. Someone hacks. That's the thing with like the driverless cars and stuff. That people are afraid of the cars. Is like someone can just like hack into your car and just make it do anything, drive anywhere. So, way to bring us down on the first.
yeah, man, I'm just trying to talk about what's real, dude. I'm trying to make the people aware of what's happening in the world. Some people didn't know that.
We're
Right
supposed to be having fun on this thing. Now you just
information is fun. Knowledge is fun.
you're a fear monger. That's what you are.
Oh, I'm propagating. Maybe I'm being paid off. You got a podcast, right? Yeah, make sure to say this or else. All right.
I thought you were going to doing the AI niche because that was kind of one of my things that we can segue into now is this whole AI thing. The crazy thing about AI is that people thought it would just like take over the manual labor jobs. Like I think I was either talking to you or somebody else about this, about like farming, how like people just did farming by hand, and then like these motorized machines started farming, and I'm sure people probably thought like, well, no one's going to be out there in the farms anymore, and you still need people, but just like less people, but we still have farming, so it just looks different than the way it looked like hundreds of years ago. But like AI is like it made this jump into the creative spaces. So people like writers and musicians and graphic designers, artists, like it's replacing those people like right now. And I mean, they still have like a little kiosk at McDonald's or something, but there's still a lot of people working there,
Sure.
like cooking the fries. And there's still robots, moving into that space too. But yeah, should I drop something on the first episode? Should I drop it?
Uh-oh.
Should I drop some Bandit Future behind the scenes content?
I mean, it is our podcast. We can kind of do whatever we want. That works, but I would say, yeah, I approve of this message if that's what.
A lot of people don't know, probably just you and me, is that our Wings album cover was like probably 90% AI generated.
Mm-hmm.
So that curtain, those seats, all I did was put in the text, and those wings like hovering above the curtain, like a computer drew that. So
and I'll be honest, dude, that picture gives me the creeps. It really has. I think what it is the AI art for the most part has like this darkness that I don't know how to explain. But if you look at it, it's just a bit of an unnatural something about it. And you can tell they're like making it better every day with that not dall-e, whatever that drawing app, or
yeah, there's like dozens of them now.
Yeah, right. But you can see it's getting better and better. But every time I see it, I'm like, there's something about it. It's a little so fake or artificial, but the dark is kind of the thing. So it's a hard thing.
It's definitely a style of the way it draws things. That's whatever that is. And again, and the creepiest thing is the way it does humans, and it like gives them extra fingers and toes and stuff.
It's not quite up to the whole thing yet. but then they can't do math. Is that what I understand? I mean, they're not programmed to do math, so they don't do like this. The AI in general, like it'll think a chat GPT will answer questions, but like it's not like a calculating thing.
Uh,
That's just my understanding of it. But I just
we have calculators, so
that is true.
redundant.
But we want to be lazier, man. Look, I think how lazy could we gotta be like that movie Wall-E? Maybe that's what I was thinking of. That movie Wall-E, where everyone's just like 300 pounds and just sitting on a rolling motorized thing where food just comes to your mouth.
Yeah,
I feel like that's where we're headed.
we're
But
not far from it.
I know, but don't people say that they're for the creatives they're afraid that the AI will replace creatives? But isn't that because people have such bad taste in everything now? I would say, like, this is fine. I'll accept this AI generated song that doesn't have any kind of emotion because I don't really care about that.
Maybe. I think maybe, and that might lead into the topic of our next episode.
Ooh.
Yeah, because there's a report that came out about music that is very interesting. I think we could talk about that next time.
I like it.
So yeah. So we're out of time though. So this has been the Life Circus podcast with Bandit Future. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about robot dogs and AI taking over your job and killing lots of people. I shouldn't say that. Taking your jobs. What are you gonna do about it?
They took our jobs. They took our jobs. Take our